Hey guys, your boy MKS. For once, I don't have a cup of tea with me, so anyone who sees my videos will know I love my tea. Once again, I tried to do a bit of marketing here by including something in the title, which hopefully will get more views. I'm not sure if it will work or not, but it's worth a shot. But yeah, I know people in Western countries, or maybe around the world, but especially in Britain and America, as far as I'm aware, love sport and military or whatever. And I must admit, I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm not a sport or military or militarism, but the point of this video is, as I put "thank you for your service" double question mark, kind of to generate potential interest in viewers. Again, this video is not to offend anyone. Hopefully, it was certainly not intended to offend anyone. Sorry, the point of this video is to talk about sorry, I lost my chair of thought. To talk about as an anti-imperialist, all the people who fought for independence in countries like Nigeria or Kenya, India, all over Asia and Africa, possibly people who wish to support Indigenous Americans, Native Americans, especially in the future, or now and into the future, and people from Australia, Indigenous Australasians or Aborigines or Maoris and people like that. So, like, if this video in the future, I've often talked about a lot of my videos, as I mentioned before, in some of my videos, I said if and when it ever makes money, which I hope it will, I'm going to donate it to charity. But as I mentioned before, so that I want to make enough money to have a living from these videos, for a career. I don't want a huge amount of money, as I said before. Sorry for anyone who's not new to my channel. Older people who might have watched my videos from the start. I've watched a few of them. If I'm repeating myself, but again, I just want to say to new viewers, I talked about, or just to remind of some of the points, even for some of the older viewers, i.e. the viewers who watched my videos before. Anyway, sorry, that I wish to make enough money in the future to earn a living from this. But like I talked before about the UK, but if, for people who are watching abroad, it's a bit complex, but we have a party called the Liberal Democrats, and we have the Conservatives, and we have Labour. And the Liberal Democrats, when they were in coalition with the Conservatives, said they want to take the lowest paid people out of tax, so you can earn up to a certain amount before you even pay tax, before you pay income tax. So let's assume that over time, the government says you need 20k a year to live on, so you can keep 20k a year, but as soon as you earn more than that, you have to pay tax. I only wish to keep that amount, partly as an anti-imperialist, as like a protest against all the way the money is spent on wars, weapons trade, military industrial complex, royal family, and things like that, which I don't personally agree with, although I respect those who do, but it's not something that I'm a big fan of. And again, I kind of respect those institutions, but it's just, I would rather give my money to other things that I personally support more. And also because I want to help people in developing countries. Like before, I used to want to get loads of money for myself, as I've mentioned before, but for two reasons. One, I think like I could choose to live in a big mansion. If I did ever make that much money and I became a millionaire or billionaire or whatever, I could choose to live in a mansion, or I could choose to give it to people who have got very little and help many people live in houses and maybe who wouldn't have houses, and then also to invest in things like I talk about African technology and things like that. So actually, there's loads of videos I'd want to make. I wish to make, so I hope to get around to them. But anywho, sorry. Over time, maybe I just got to be a bit more patient, because as soon as an idea comes to me, I want to go for it. But anyway, so there's certain videos like this one. Any money it may make in the future, if it does make money, will go towards. Well, I would say people who people who fought for independence in countries that colonized, like as I talked about before, India, Nigeria, China, Cameroon, all over Africa, much of Asia, if not all of Asia, almost all of Africa, if not all of Africa. At least people have tried to colonize it if they haven't invade or colonize, or whatever the difference is, or empire. I see those words interchangeably, but anyway, like even Ethiopia, people say it was the only country in Africa that's not been colonized, but I know Italy tried to colonize them. So pretty much all of Africa, all 54 countries in Africa and all the possible countries in Asia, I wish to support. As I say, two reasons why I wouldn't want to keep much money. I think I forgot to mention the second one, which was as a protest for the way the tax money is used for wars and weapons trade. Oh, incidentally, just on a side note, I was thinking that the UK has an election on the 12th of December, and I wasn't going to vote, but I'm thinking of voting for, in fact, I will vote for any political party I think will do the most support for giving aid to African towards their technological development, whether that's Conservative, Labour, or even Liberal Democrat or any other party. If they give the, although I think in my area there's only certain parties that are available, but if they give funding to support African technology, which to help Africa solve problems, either their own or other people, then I will vote for that party, whichever one agrees to pledge more. And I think it would be great for other people of colour, especially people who are part black or people who are black who live in the West, especially in Britain, where the votes are taking place, will give their votes to the people who, I mean, obviously it's your choice, but I will be voting for, if I'm going to vote for anyone, it will be any political party that agrees to do the most for technology in Africa. Personally, I don't know if that's going to sway their, I'll be sharing that on Facebook, so I don't know if that's going to be, will sway any political party to want to support Africa. But yeah, so I was saying, I'm sorry I'm jumping from point to point, but I was saying any money this video makes, if it does ever make money in the future, will go towards the anti-imperial groups, but obviously, or the anti-imperial people who fought for independence in those countries. But obviously, most of them are probably long gone by now. So, but maybe their ancestry, or I mean, their whatever you call it, opposite to ancestry, I suppose, or maybe even any institution today, or even buildings that help anti-imperial networks in Africa and Asia and places like that, or indigenous communities, as I say, in the Americas, or Aborigines. So obviously, I don't know how many views this is going to generate. And I'm planning to do it for a 20-minute long video, so I don't know if that'll put people off, but maybe I should keep it a bit shorter. But yeah, so anyone who maybe I'll only keep it for 10 minutes, because first, at one point I was thinking of doing it for half an hour, but I thought that would be too long. And I thought 10 minutes, and I thought 20 minutes is halfway in between, but it's quite long for a video. So unless you got a better voice than me, maybe, but even then it's probably still long. But yeah, so any money this video makes will go towards not militarism or militaries or anything like that, but it will go towards things like making peace across Asia and Africa, and any groups like Pan-African groups or Pan-Asian groups or anti-imperial groups, or building buildings in places like Iraq, which maybe rebuilding buildings that have been destroyed, or building anti-imperial centers or training centers, de-radicalization centers, educational centers, writing centers, entrepreneurial centers, political centers, or whatever, and across Africa to help them with technology, especially possibly in areas where there was more of a battle for independence, or certain groups that battle for independence. So anyway, I'm laughing here. I know that I wanted to last a certain amount of time for some reason, but maybe I'll just do a 10-minute video because I can't think of too many ideas before I upload another one. I'm thinking of doing stuff like black poppies, talking about black poppies, and my idea for black poppies, maroon poppies, blue poppies, and possibly all different colour poppies like orange, specifically for South Africa because they were invaded by the Dutch. So the Dutch normally use orange, so I want to make, as I call it, make a positive from a negative. Hopefully someone out there will like my quirk in mind. But anyway, so orange ones could be specifically for South Africa to help them with their technology or their advancement, and things like that. So yeah, so the point of this video really is to try and talk about possibly even list, because it might not just be financial, but even list people who historically have fought for the controversial character, maybe even people like Gandhi or people like that. There's lots of things that people say are negative about Gandhi, but anyway, I'll probably try and focus on the positives. I think I'm going to wrap this video up. I hope someone out there liked it. Please, if you did, please give it a like, because that would help me with my confidence. Thanks, guys.